she had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot.
I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional, but you know what? You know what? We should be emotional.
What if the most powerful move Jennifer Lopez ever made wasn't becoming a superstar or marrying Ben Affleck? What if her real genius was leaving Sean Diddy Combs just in time? That night changed everything, and what she did next may have saved her life. But it wasn't a panicked escape. It was a silent, strategic move, built on instincts, red flags, and the kind of fear you don't talk about on red carpets. This is the story you were never told. Not about fame, but survival. In the late 90s, they looked untouchable. Sean Combs, young, rich, powerful. Jennifer Lopez, talented, luminous, and rising like no one before. Together, they weren't just a couple. They were an empire in motion. But behind every camera flash was a detail missed. Subtle shifts in behavior, unspoken tension. Friends reportedly noticed changes in her, becoming more guarded, calculating. She wasn't playing the pop star role anymore, she was preparing. She began traveling separately, speaking less in public, avoiding certain after-parties. Not out of diva demands, but something more strategic. Behind the glamour, a woman was studying her surroundings and realizing she may be in the wrong story. Then came the moment that cracked it all open. A gunshot at Club New York.
Oscar winner. For people to stop remembering that she had a gun in her pocketbook. She had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot at that club. For all we know, that bullet came from the gun that was in her hand. And not once has she spoken better than that woman, not one.
Chaos, screams. A glittering night turned violent in an instant. Diddy was arrested. J.Lo, shocked, shaken, was pulled into the fire with him. But within 48 hours, she was gone. No press release, no conscious uncoupling, no scandalous confession. Just gone. One of the most high-profile relationships in hip-hop vanished like smoke. She moved with precision. Her team cut ties. Her name was legally separated from the case, all while maintaining silence. A move that seemed professional, but in hindsight looks like the first page of a survival manual. Publicly, people speculated she left to protect her image. But those closest to her tell a different story. One of discomfort, of fear, of instincts that said, get out now or don't get out at all. In later years, whispers emerged of behavior behind closed doors, of control, of manipulation. She never spoke openly about Diddy. Not once. Not in interviews, not in memoirs. Silence can be a defense mechanism, but it can also be a warning sign. Some sources now suggest she had already seen patterns, situations that made her question what was acceptable, and more importantly, what was survivable. To the world, she was moving on, but privately, she may have been unpacking years of emotional complexity, the kind of healing you don't do in front of cameras. Then, in 2025, 2 decades later, Jennifer Lopez re-enters the story. Not on stage, not in a music video. In court, in testimony. Her words, what did she witness back then? What signs did she see that others ignored? Could she have helped the women now coming forward? And why hold it in for so long? Some say guilt kept her quiet. Others say fear. But maybe it was the industry. A machine that punishes women for speaking too early or too late. Looking back now, her breakup wasn't random. It was a masterclass in silent strategy. She had no power over the system, but she had power over her choices. While Diddy spiraled deeper into legal chaos, J.Lo rebuilt. Quietly, she focused on her work, reinvented herself, found new love, but always with one rule: never look back. That silence was her shield, her protection, her way of saying, I was there, but I won't be defined by it. And now, as testimonies unfold, the blueprint becomes clear. J.Lo didn't just escape. She survived, she adapted, and she may have left clues all along for others to follow. So the question remains, was Jennifer Lopez just lucky? Or was she the only one who saw the full picture and walked away before the storm hit? Sometimes, the loudest scream is silence.